This
There are
conference will now
four
be
people.
recorded.
Karthik is there, Sathi, Nasima, and Ashish. I mean, all of you guys are 10 plus of experience. Sathi is almost 20 years, and you all are either working in PM, CS, EM, uh, those areas. And I mean, almost for all of you, either you want to enhance your skill set on FSM, or either you have a project requirement wherein you need to work on FSM with connecting to using Proaxia. Okay. All right. So I'll give my introduction. My name is Samir. I have 15 plus years of experience. I started my career as an SAP CRM consultant, okay, and then slowly and gradually moved into the other areas of CRM CX, which was C4C. So earlier in C4C module, we had this uh, FSM functionality, but after acquiring this FSM module, SAP has removed that functionality and then kept one system for all the FSM kind of functionality. Okay, so I am certified in all these modules: CRM, FSM, C4C, and Qualtrics and S/4HANA service. Okay, so my also like I am a a professional trainer. I have been trained many individual as well as I've taken many corporate trainings as well for FSM. With the Expertsoft, I've been involved with Expertsoft team for past 2 years, and we have successfully delivered many FSM and other trainings as well. So I'll start how FSM is coming into picture. So basically FSM, I know many of you have already started working on that, so you might have seen the system also. Okay, you might be knowing some basics of it, but for the sake of everyone, I'll start with the basic. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Please let me know once you're able to see, and also confirm if you guys can hear me properly.
I can hear this. I think your voice is clear for me.
All right, thanks. Okay. So I've shared my screen. Just let me know once you're able to see my screen.
Yes, we are able to see it.
Thank you. Okay. So we'll talk about FSM. So FSM is nothing but field service management. Earlier we used to call it Core Systems. That was a Swiss-based company. SAP had acquired that I think 5, 6 years back, and then now it becomes a part of the SAP portfolio. Wherein if you have any requirement, wherein you have on-site services where you want to track your resources in details and you want to optimize your on-site services, then we use this FSM system. Earlier, we used to call it core systems, okay, and I mean up to 2014 end or somewhere in 2015 also, they were using the same domain name called EU or US based on which location your data center is. They used to call it eu.coresystems.net, but recently they have changed their domain also. So now we call it eu.something fsm.com. Okay, so we all are, since we all are coming from SAP background, so we understand what how SAP works. I mean, they do not develop any product apart from ECC and S/4HANA. They are investing a lot and they're developing that system by themselves. But apart from there, all these other add-on systems, they generally acquire it from some other companies and they put it into the portfolio. They rename it, rebrand it, and upscale it and make it compatible with our SAP S4 or ERP system so that it works flawlessly. So like this, we have seen many systems in the past which they have acquired, like SuccessFactor, like Qualtrics, like C4C. They used to call it Hybris. So likewise, this Core system. So SAP has acquired all these systems in the recent past, and then they rebranded it. And so goes. This is the same goes with FSM also. So they acquired that company, I think before Corona, sometime, and they relabeled it to Field Service Management or FSM. So what it does, what is the use of FSM? So wherever you have an employee or the technicians or the worker who is going on site for any kind of services. Okay, either it's a repair service or normal service or for AMC kind of service or on-demand service, whatever kind of services. If you are have in your business process, if there is a requirement where is your technician is going out to do the services, in those cases we use FSM. Okay, it's not like FSM is the only system in the world. No, there are many systems. Okay, all has its own pros and cons. Then SAP FSM also fits in somewhere in between. Okay, and because FSM is a part of SAP landscape, so people or the organizations or the customers who already have this the ARP in their, if they're using SAP S4 HANA ecosystem or ECC ecosystem. ECC is anyway gone. If there is for HANA system or ECC system, then in that case, they go with SAP FSM. So the benefit that we get is because SAP is already there in the backend system, or more than 80% of the big customers are already using SAP. So if they need any field service kind of product, then SAP always recommend this. Okay, but there are a few other systems also in the market for field service, like Salesforce has its own FSM system. Oracle also has its own FSM system, field service system, and then there are many companies who develop their own field service systems. Okay, and they use it. Like if you are in India, you must have seen this urban company. So they are doing what? They are doing on-site services, right? So, but they are not using any software, any renowned vendor. They have developed their own field service management and they are using. This FSM system has like three layouts. One is the backend layout, which is used by the consultant and the administrator. Then there is a front end layout, which is being used by the front end user, the dispatcher, the employees. And then the third one is the mobile application, which is actually being used by the technicians or the workers who are going on site to provide the services. Any questions so far?
Yeah, not at Samir.
All
I
right.
have one question. So,
Mhm.
coming from a plant maintenance point of view,
Mhm.
FSM will it be used for services, or it's mostly the industry specific, where utility specific, that kind of clients who use FSM?
Okay. So I'll give you one example. In plant maintenance, suppose you have created a work order. Okay, or if that work order is going to come from your service module. Okay, so
Mm.
now one thing I don't know if you all are aware, but CS is gone now. There is no
Yeah.
customer service. New
Mm.
implementation is going to happen, right? And it is being replaced with service now. Okay, when I say service now, it's not service now tool, it's a service module, okay, which is newly brought into the S4 HANA ecosystem, okay, but which is nothing but the replica of SAP CRM, which I
Yeah.
used to work back in 2012-13.
Mhm.
Okay, so at that point in time, that SAP CRM was a standalone system, and we used to integrate the CRM on premise with our ECC system using inbuilt middleware in SAP CRM. Okay, slowly and gradually, SAP CRM fade away, and then C4C came, and then now again they have brought in the SAP CRM, and they first brought in into S4 HANA ecosystem as a customer management. Okay, there was new
Mhm.
module called customer management, which was kind of add-on. So if you want that customer management, you have to pay separate license for that, and then they'll give you the license. Then you put it in, ask your base system to put an add-on, and then you will see it in your SPRO script. Okay. So after that, now they have brought in a full-fledged service module, which is an integral part of your ERP bucket. Whether you are in S/4HANA on-premise or S/4HANA on-cloud, now service module is there. Okay, you don't need any add-on on all, or like you have SD, MMFI. Likewise, you also have service. Okay, now
Yeah.
service is being in now since CS is gone. Now there were some functionality which we were using or leveraging in PM. with CS.
Mm.
Now that all ecosystem is changing. Okay, CS is gone. Now CRM or service will be there. Service will be integrated to PM. PM will be integrated to FSM. Okay, so there are multiple scenarios and multiple use cases. But coming to your question, I think Sarthi, you had that question, right?
Yeah. It's me. Yeah.
So coming to your question, Sarthi, uh, I'll give you one example. So we created a service order in service, and that got replicated into PM. That created a work order. That work order has a task list or work centers wherein you decided, okay, there are 4 5 activities which has been identified in your work order. Now one of the activity is that you have to go and do the inspection. Okay,
Mm.
so when you have created the work order, you are not actually brought in the material slash equipment to your shop floor or to your work location to fix it. Okay, first you
Mhm.
have created a work order. One of the activities that you will assign it to a technician. He will go and do the inspection, and they will decide whether how, when, whether it's really need to bring back to the shop floor or warehouse to fix it or not. Okay, so one of the activities that you have to send someone to go and do the inspection, or maybe for the uninstallation, because it's a big equipment, so it's your responsibility to go and do the uninstallation and bring it back to the warehouse and put it into the shop floor so that other activities get started. Okay, so in that particular scenario, wherein your technician slash employee slash worker are going to the on-site to do the inspection slash uninstallation or any of the activities, so in that case, the FSM comes into picture where we integrate plant maintenance with FSM.
Mm.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, so is it same like the control keys which we use, like if you put a PM02 or a PM03, instead of sending it outside, we can
Mhm.
still use the services
Yes.
here, and we can
Yes.
use FSM for
Correct.
that purpose. That's the same.
True.
Is it right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
All right. Moving ahead. So there are multiple use cases where we integrate SAP FSM, S4HANA system with FSM. Okay. We have many use cases where we are directly associating my service order with FSM without leveraging PM. Okay, so suppose we have created a service order in a service module, or say in CS module per se, because CS is still there, it's there up to 2027, and you might see some implementation happening, the integration between CS and FSM. Okay, and in these scenario we use Proaxia for the integration. Okay, if you are using the new era wherein we have service, then FSM, then we don't need Proaxia, we can leverage the CPI for the integration. Okay, so it's very important for us to understand what is my use case, what is my business requirement, what is my customer's requirement before we actually suggest for a new implementation, of course, whether we will go with Proaxia or we will go with CPI. Okay, so this is all about integration. We'll talk about all the scenarios, like how do we integrate the system, when do we integrate the system, when we use Praxia, when we use CPI, what all are the use cases, when are we integrating CS with FSM or PM with FSM or service with FSM. So we'll talk about that in our course. Next comes the planning and dispatching. Now, this is the one of the major activity that we perform inside the field service management. Okay, so there is one person called dispatcher who is responsible for assigning all the tickets that is coming all the way from S4HANA to FSM, and his job is to assign those tickets to the technicians or worker who is going to work on those service tickets or service order or work order, whatever you call it. In FSM language, we call it service call. Okay, so no matter from where it is coming, either you are creating it standalone in FSM or you are bringing it from S4HANA service order, or you're bringing it for plant maintenance, or you are bringing from your CS, from wherever it is coming, it will come and sit here in FSM as a service call, and then it's a job of a dispatcher to actually assign the ticket to the technician. Now, there are multiple ways through which you can assign your ticket to the technicians. Okay, there are 3 4 major ways. One is like manually. Okay, if you go into the FSM, the calendar view, you go and see, okay, these all are my tickets and these all are my available technicians. So he'll just manually drag and drop the ticket and assign it to the technicians. Okay, that's a very traditional way of doing it, but of course not the very best way to do it. Okay, but still some of them chooses that. Okay, since my dispatcher is very smart, he knows what all tickets are coming. He also knows who all employees can be assigned those tickets, because not all the employee will be assigned all the tickets. So there are multiple factors that comes in when we actually need to assign the ticket to the technician. So if customer says we are happy to do it manually, we can do it. So that is one of the ways. Second way is bulk assignment. In the bulk assignment, we use certain criteria. We call it policy in FSM, wherein we create a policy and we tell the system the rules and the objectives, like what is system going to use, what factors the system is going to consider in order to assign the ticket automatically to it. So when we use bulk assignment, you simply choose all the tickets, multiple tickets in one go, and you do the bulk assignment, and all those tickets will be assigned to the technician in one shot. Okay, that is the second way, which we call it bulk assignment. Third is semi-automated assignment. This is the uh, way which is being used by most of the customers. Okay. So what we do is we create the policy, we create the rules in the system, we tell the system, okay, whenever we need to assign the ticket to the technician, we need to know who is the best matching technician for this ticket. So how do I know that Mr. A is perfect to perform this ticket? And the second important thing is he should be available, right? Although say Mr. A is perfect to perform the service, but he is busy in other ticket, he cannot be assigned to that ticket, right? So all those factors comes into picture. Excuse me. We assign a skill sets. Okay, skill is one very important factor. Okay, so whenever we create a ticket, we assign a ticket. Sorry, we assign skill to the tickets. We assign skill to the employees, and system matches those skill set, and based on that, system suggests. Okay, this is Mr. A is the best matching technician. Mr. B is the first. B is the first alternative. Mr. C is the second alternative. Like that, it will give you the list of all the employees to whom the ticket could be assigned to. But it is not going to assign, it is just giving you the best matching technician. Now it's up to the dispatcher to whom they really want to assign it. That is called semi-automated way of assigning the ticket. Fourth, and where we use the AI functionality of FSM, wherein the dispatcher does not do anything, he just sit back and relax, and he'll see the tickets whenever it comes to FSM, it is automatically being assigned to all the technicians. Okay, so what system does is system actually similar to how I said in the semi-automated way, it is giving you the best matching technician, but instead of giving you the best matching technician, system will actually go and assign it to the best matching technician if he is available. If not, then it will go to the first alternative. If not, then it will go to the second alternative. But eventually, system itself is going to assign those tickets to the technician. Okay, and for some reason, if the tickets are not being assigned, okay, maybe the policy is not correct, maybe the skill is not matching at all, then in that case, those tickets will not be assigned, and those tickets the dispatcher is going to assign the technician manually. These are the four ways through which we assign the ticket to the technicians. Any question on this? All right, I'll move ahead. Now, other feature is business rules. So, business rule is nothing, it's an automation tool. So we can automate many of the tasks in the FSM, so that the workflow will be triggered, and then based on the rules that you put inside the workflow, system is going to trigger the action. Action could be anything. If you want to send an SMS, you want to send an email, you want to do a field update, you want to send a notification, any or many rules are there, many features are there. So we will get into the details and see what all features available. Okay, and then we can use it. Okay, so I'll give you a few use cases. So you want that, okay, whenever a ticket is assigned to a technician, the technician should be notified through an email that, hey, Mr. X, you have been assigned a ticket. So we want the system to run a business rule, and that business rule will be run, and it will send an email to the technician that, okay, you have been assigned. This is one example. Likewise, there are many uh, workflow that we want to trigger into the system. So we will do it using business rules. Auto scheduling, I've already spoken about it. The fourth way of assigning the ticket to the technician, which is the system is automatically going to schedule the ticket to the technician, and dispatcher would not do anything in that. Okay, yes, of course, he has the feasibility that he want to what do you call overpower it. That okay, it has been assigned to X. No, no, it's not go to Mr. X. It should go to Mr. Y. Then he'll drag and drop it to Mr. Y. Okay, but in the auto scheduling system is automatically assigning the ticket to the technician whenever it comes to FS. Crowd workforce. Okay, this is one of the additional feature provided by FSM. Okay, there is an additional license for it. Okay, so I'll give you a scenario. So suppose you're working in an organization wherein you need part-time resources in a particular season. Okay, for example, you're working in Daikin organization and Daikin is selling ACs and they also do the on-site services. So if you are in Delhi, so in Delhi, like it's a very there are 3 4 months which is on peak, right? Wherein you have a lot of the temperature is quite high and you need more and more resources because there are more and more tickets to provide the services. So in those times, either you will hire more people or sometimes you go with contractor. So if you have a contractor scenarios wherein you want some part-time, onboard some part-time employees to a system, and you want them to work on the tickets on behalf of your organization, and then you will remove them or get rid of them after the peak season is over. In those cases, we will use crowd workforce. If you are hiring permanent employee, there is no use of crowd workforce. Crowd workforce is only used when you are hiring contractor or a third party organization. So what do you get here in FSM? You will get a separate UI for your contractor who is going to see the tickets that are assigned to them. Okay. And then in turn, they will assign those tickets to their technicians. Okay. I'll give you one example. Suppose I'm a company called Icon. I have a tie-up with Mr. ABC Limited. ABC Limited has 50 resources who is going to work on my behalf. So what I'll do is I will pick one manager from the ABC company and I'll assign all my ticket to them. Okay, so in my dispatching board, wherein I need to assign the ticket to this ABC company, I'll see only ABC company and I'll assign all my ticket to ABC company. And then ABC company will get one UI wherein they will be seeing all the tickets assigned to them, and there they will introduce all those employees who are actually in the payroll of ABC, and they will in turn assign those tickets to those ABC employees. And then they will also have the mobile application wherein they will work on the ticket similar to how their permanent employees are working. So there's no difference in terms of how the technicians are working. The only difference is we will give an additional UI to the third party company to manage them. So there will be a crowd owner, crowd partner kind of feature is there that we'll learn in detail. So crowd owner is being managed by the organization, for example, Daikin, wherein they will have certain process to onboard those third party vendors or third party contractors. There will be some documentation, there will be some approval process. So for that, there are two separate UI. One is for the crowd owner, which Daikin teams will take care of, and then there will be one UI for Daikin partner, which is, for example, ABC. So that is all about crowd workforce. Any question? All right. The next feature I'll talk about is the customer self-service. So what we do in the customer self-service. So suppose I'll give you an example. Suppose we are Daikin. Again, I'll give you the same example. I am Daikin and I have deal with a society wherein like 500 flats are being constructed, and we have a tie-up with them wherein we will give ACs to all those 500 flats that are being constructed in that particular society. Now it is very difficult to manage all those 500 ACs in one shot. Okay, because the society says that okay, we will take care of whosoever has bought that flat. They said that the builder said that we will take care of the services of your ACs. So whenever the issue happens, let us know and we will talk to Daikin and we'll get that serviced. Now it is very difficult for that builder to manage those 500 ACs. So whenever the AC gets, if there is any issue, they'll call up Daikin and say that, hey boss, this is not working. And now there will be a ticket will be created whether in CS, PM, service wherever that will be getting replicated to S4HANA. Then a ticket will be assigned. Now when the technician reaches, he don't know where to go because in all 500 flats the same AC is there. Right? So it will be very difficult for the builder to manage all those 500 AC. It is very difficult for the technician who is going to the client side because he don't know exactly which service, which flat to go and where to provide the services. In for those kind of things, so SAP FSM has given a functionality of customer self-service, wherein customer can log in to a portal. Again, SAP has given another portal, and that is actually a part of your license. You don't need to pay extra to FSM, wherein your customer can log in. They can see all the tickets that they have created in this in the FSM so far. They can see all the equipment that is installed in their premises. They can see all the open ticket, closed ticket, current status, where what is happening to all the tickets that has been open. So suppose there are 10 tickets open. Now it is very difficult to for a builder to, or whosoever is service provider at that builder's place, to manage those tickets. They don't know what happened, whether the technician has received reached out there or not, whether they have provided the services or not, whether the complaint has been resolved or not. It will be very difficult when they have multiple equipments installed at the customer location. To give this facility, SAP has came up with this customer self-service, wherein customer can log in and they can see if they have multiple equipments installed. They'll see the list of all the equipments. They'll see the list of all the tickets that have been created. They'll see the current status of the ticket. They'll see where the technicians are they coming or not, and how much time they'll come. All those information they'll be able to see in the customer self-service. So this is all about customer self-service. Any question? All right. Next is integration. So in the integration, we have already spoken about there are multiple use cases. So depend upon the use cases, we will see what all integration pointers are there, whether we are going to use CPI or we are going to use even Proexia. Okay, Proexia has also multiple versions. Each version has its own specification. So we'll talk about everything in the integration. We'll see what all we need to do in the FSM in order to integrate the system with either with Proexia or with CPI. So this screen talks about the field service management, like what we do, dispatching of services. So once the technician is assigned to a ticket, so that is called dispatching of the service, wherein when the dispatcher or auto dispatching, whatever functionality we want to use, we need to assign the ticket to the technician. That is called dispatching of service. Then next is execution of the service. When the ticket is assigned to the technician, they accept the ticket and they see what all services they need to perform. They'll see if they need any tools to perform that particular service. They need to see if there is any spare part they need to carry to perform particular service. So they'll see all those things and then they'll start travel to the customer's location. They'll reach there. They'll perform the service. They'll take the photograph. They'll take the sign off from the customers, and then they'll close the ticket. So that is called the execution of the service, which is being managed or performed by the technician using the mobile application. In the FSM, you'll be able to see the real-time service, so status. So at any point in time, if dispatcher want to see what is happening to all the ticket that has been assigned to all the technicians, they will be able to see the current status, whether the executive is traveling, whether they are performing the service, whether the ticket is on hold, whether the ticket has not started. I mean, they are already occupied with some other ticket, they have not started. So all the real-time status they'll be seeing on the dispatching board or in the FSM front-end system. Creation of the service call, we'll also see how we can manually create a service call in FSM. So in some scenarios, you will see that some customers are using FSM as a standalone system, wherein it is not being integrated with any of the backend system, whether ERP, ECC, S4HANA. It's not been integrated and they are manually creating those services in the FSM system. Some predefined reports are available in the FSM, wherein they'll leverage those reports. Like for example, we call it docket or closer reports. So whenever they perform the service, they will generate the report and take the signature, digital signature from the customer on the mobile app itself, so that customer would know, okay, these all services are being performed, and that's a kind of agreement between the technician and the customer. Apart from that, there are many other reports, standard reports. Very few reports are available, mind it. Okay, so FSM is not very good with the reporting. So there are many predefined reports are available. So you will have to live with it. On top of that, if you want to create on your own report, then there is another tool used that is called Jasper Soft that you have to use if you need to create any specific report inside FSM system. There is an approval process not only for the expenses, but there are many other approvals that comes into FSM. So basically, an integrated scenario. So before the once the ticket is closed, whatever services is being performed by the technicians. Okay, three things basically. One is the expense. Second is the spare part consummation or use, consuming of the spare parts, and if they have any mileage, if they want to keep a record of all the mileage. So these three things comes back to FSM. There is a section wherein somebody has to approve that in order to replicate those data back to your S4HANA system to go to the respective areas. For example, if you have done certain expenses, like for example, the technician has visited to a customer location wherein he has to pay say $50 for parking. So what he'll do is he'll put that $50 in the expenses. That expenses will come back in the time and material journal. That is the placeholder in FSM. Somebody will approve it, and then that expense item will go and sit back in your S4HANA service order. And then you'll do the confirmation, and then you will either you charge it from the customer or you do it out of pocket from the organization. That's a subjective thing. But those information comes back and sit in the S4HANA. Like other example I'll give you. So spare part. So if it's a stockable spare part. So if the technician has consumed that, so that information will also come and sit here in the time and material journal, wherein somebody will approve it, and the moment you will approve it, it will go back to your S4HANA system and it will create a boost movement and it will update the stock. Okay. So that is expenses approval, not only expenses, approval is for all expenses plus mileage plus your spare parts. Then there's something called a smart form. So you all are from SAP background, so you understand that we have smart form functionality available in SAP ERP, whether it's ECC or S4HANA. But it's very complex. You need a technical consultant to create those smart forms. But unlike this, FSM smart form is very flexible, very easy to make, very predefined data types are available so that you can easily create any smart form that you want in the system. Okay, you do not need any technical expertise to create those smart forms. So what you do is even customers will do it, right? Because it's an end user activity, right? The smart form will keep on changing based on the customer's business process. They may be introducing some new smart forms. So for that, you already have SAP FSM backend system. So some IT people or some business users will have those accesses wherein they themselves can create the smartphones and they can use it in their service process. Mobile application, I've already spoken a lot about it. Mobile application is being used by the technician or the worker who's actually working on a ticket. So once the tickets are assigned to them, they have an app. Okay, if you're using Android, you can download it from your Play Store. If you're using Apple, then you can use it from download it from your Apple Play Store. Even if you're using Android the Windows based, Microsoft based phone, from even from the Microsoft Store, you can download this. So this app is available in all three major platforms. So no matter what phone you are using, you can download it simply from your Play Store, and then you can log in. And the moment you log in, you'll be able to see the tickets that are assigned to you, the tickets that you are going to work on tomorrow, day after tomorrow, what all expenses you have submitted, what all smart forms are assigned to your ticket, what all tools you have assigned. So you'll see everything. Okay. And again, it's very subjective. Depends what access you want to give to your technicians. And based on the access, it's all about business roles. So you create a business role, assign a business role to the technician, and based on what access you have given to your business role, your technician will inherit that access in your mobile application. Like I'll give you one example use cases in one of my projects. They did not want their technician to create a service call by themselves. No, they're not allowed. They're only allowed to work on the tickets that are assigned to them. But on the other hand, in other project, they said that okay, they have a provision that when they go to perform services, then they see, oh, there is another object which is not working. So now they need to call up to backend system and ask them that there is another object which is not working. Then they'll create the ticket, they'll assign it back to the technician. They don't want to go with that process, so they said, okay, we will give you that provision so that the technician themselves can create a new ticket. So it's subjective based on the business process. You can define what all access you want to give to your technicians. Any questions so far?
Samir, these business rules like written in form of query or what?
No, it's not in the form of query. Who asked this question? May I know your name, please?
Ashish, Ashish.
Ashish, so in PM, what happens is you that's not your job. Okay, that is the job of your basis guy who is actually creating the catalog profile, and that they are assigning all the work centers to it, and then eventually your catalog profile is assigned to a business role, and then it is assigned to a employee. Correct? In your PM scenario. Here in FSM, you it's you are system will all anyway whenever you purchase a new license, system will give you five roles. Okay, one is admin, one is service leader, one is service engineer, one is backend. Like that, the system will already give you five business roles. Now, if you're not happy with those business roles, what you'll do, you'll create a copy of it, and then you go inside, and it's a checkbox thing. Okay, you
Okay.
want to give the service, checkbox. You don't want to give that service, uncheck. Simple. Very easy to use. You can easily do it. You do not need any query. You do not need to write any query and all. Okay. All right, so here it's a kind of in this screen, it's a kind of end-to-end scenario where in your left-hand side you have got your system through which you are actually creating your ticket, and then once your ticket is coming to your FSM, sorry, in your service or ERP system wherein the tickets are being created, okay, and then eventually it is going to your right-hand side wherein all the tickets are listed here, and then in the top here you will see the list of all your employees, and if you have fully automated scenario, you are assigning those tickets to your technicians or your employees. And in the real time, you'll be able to see the whereabout of your technicians. Okay. So you can anytime see like which technician is where. How do you do that? Because of the mobile application, the FSM mobile application they are using, and it is already integrated with your Google API. Okay, Google Map API. Generally, we use that. There are other map APIs also available inside FSM, but generally, I've seen people use Google Map API. And based on the Google Map API that they're using, you'll be able to see the whereabout of your technicians. Okay, where are they? Where are they driving to? Which location they are in? Okay, and the Google Map API also helps you to optimize the services of the technician. Okay, like suppose Mr. A has to work on three tickets. What is the best way to go to the client? Okay, so someone is in south, one is in north, second, third is in the middle. So we'll use the Google Map API in order to let the system decide, okay, this is the best route that they should consider so that they can spend less time in the traffic and on the travel. Okay, so we'll see how we can leverage those Google Map and or any other map APIs and how the system performs in order to optimize the traffic time or travel time of the technicians. So once they complete the ticket, they'll come back here, they'll do the approval. I've already spoken about it. There are three or four approvals that we do, and once we approve them, it will go back to your S4HANA system and create a respective document. And then here we also have the mobile application. So in the mobile applications, once the ticket is assigned to you, when you click on the travel, system will automatically take you to the Google Map API, Google Maps. Okay, well, from there, like you see in India, Swiggy, Zomato, 14-minute delivery in Flipkart. So that moment they pick the orders and then they'll use the Google Map to reach to the customer's location. Same here. Once you start your travel, it will take you to the inbuilt maps, and from there it will guide you how to reach to the customer's location. Okay, here we'll talk about FSM roles. Okay, these are the three generic roles. Okay, customer service manager, field technician. Then there's another role called admin who has got the back-end access. So you can create as many business roles as you want in the system, and you can assign it to the technician, and inside the business role whatever access you will give your user whosoever is assigned, they'll be able to see only those things. Okay, generally we use three accesses. One is for your admin who can log into the backend system. Second is for your front end, who is the kind of dispatcher or the team lead or the field technician lead, who want to see like how their team is performing, where they're going, what all tickets they're working on. And then last is the field technician who is only having the access of the mobile app so that they can see what all tickets they are being assigned. All right, so here we are seeing the process. On your left hand side, you'll see like customers can create a ticket through multiple channels. Okay, so that is out of FSM. um, uh, there are multiple ways through which customers request for a service request or for a complaint or for a ticket. They may call up the customer care numbers. They'll say that, oh, my AC is not working, assign somebody. They may also send an email. They may also log into your website wherein you say contact us page is there where they can do that. And ultimately, the ticket has to be created in the backend system or to your FSM system. Okay. So generally we have a backend integrated system so that you can perform all the CRM activities. So your ticket may be created in your S/4HANA service or your CS module or in your C4C systems. So it depends upon the landscape that the customer has. So there that the ticket will be created, and eventually those tickets will be replicated to your FSM system. And in the FSM, you will do the execution of those tickets and the closure of the tickets, and then finally you will close the ticket, and that those information will come back and sit in your corresponding service order that has been created in your S/4HANA system. We have already spoken about it. As FSM planning and dispatching. So this is the key of the FSM, wherein the technician actually uh, assign the tickets to the technician. They'll see the availability of the resources. They'll see who all employees are on holiday. They will also be able to see, if the ticket is taking more than anticipated working hours. They'll be able to see, and they can also see if there are overlapping of the tickets. And these type of calls the dispatcher takes. Okay, if even if it's a fully automated scenario wherein the tickets are being assigned automatically to all the technicians, they'll see, okay, if there is any overlapping, if the current ticket is taking more than longer time, they'll reschedule those tickets and inform the customers. Crowd service, we have already spoken about it. What you can see here on my screen is like it's a crowd manager or crowd partners screen, wherein you will see like, okay, these many tickets are assigned, 4 tickets are assigned, 8 tickets are in progress status, and 7 tickets are already closed. So when the tickets are assigned to the crowd partner, who is nothing but ABC Limited manager, they will see all the new tickets coming up over here. They'll be assigning those tickets to their technicians, and the technicians will in turn get those information in their mobile application. They'll do the closer, and then they'll send that information back to the manager, and then manager will close the ticket in their portal, which will eventually close the ticket in the FSM dispatching board also. So it's a kind of automated process. Okay, once they close it in their portal, automatically that data will replicate to the FSM front end system, and it will also close the ticket, and that closer information will also go back to the S4HANA system if they have an integrated system. That is not actually all. Okay, so there are many other features available inside FSM. So I don't know. I mean, there is an Excel that we have. If you have not seen already, you can ask Naveen to say, give it to you. In FSM, I'm going to teach you everything and anything that is available inside the FSM system. Okay, be it backend screen or the front end screen or the mobile application, whatever configuration we do as an FSM consultant, I'm going to teach you everything how to create a business role, how to create a business roles, how to do the basis activity because generally basis won't touch this system because it is new for them. Okay, so basis will do everything inside S4HANA system, but in some of the project I've seen basis has been taking care of the basis activities here, like what all accesses to give, how much data they would see. Okay, but here in FSM you have to do it. So I'm going to teach you that as well, how to do the basis activities, how to always keep on checking the performance of the system, how to make the system consistent, how to check if there is any data replication failure happening in between FSM and S4HANA, how to do the screen configuration, how to hide a screen, how to bring a screen, how to create new screen. We call it EDF. Um, so those or everything that is available inside the FSM system, I'm going to teach you all. Any question for me? I hope I haven't bored you.
That's very good. Thank you.
Right? Any question from anyone? I mean, that is all from my side. If you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and ask.
So Samir, for data replication from like S4 to FSM, that also we are going to see, right?
See, we are not going to get an integrated system because there's a lot of effort involved in order to have an FSM system with an integrated with S4. It's a project. That is the longest and the big time task to create the integration between the systems. Okay, whether you are doing it via CPI or via Proaxia. So what I'm
Okay.
going to teach you that like how we can, what all configuration you need to do in the FSM system for enable the integration. I'm also going to show you what all bug fix you do inside the FSM for the data replication issue if you face after, if you're working on a support project or if you're working on a new implementation, you want to check in FSM that okay, my data replication is failure. I mean, it's being failed. So how you can go there, how you can check those failures and how you can fix them.
Okay.
All right. Any other question? Okay, I'll take it as a no. So that is all from my side. Thank you very much. Now you can connect with Naveen for the process.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
All
So
right
Samir,
then. Thanks.
what will
Thanks
be the
Yeah,
batch
everyone.
thank
timing
you.
we are planning?
Sorry.
Means what will be the batch timing for this FSM?
But that I'll prefer weekends.
Okay.
Yeah. So Saturday, Sunday, 2 hours.
Okay. And how many days like it over
It
overall
will take you somewhere around 40 hours
40 hours? Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
in total.
So which will be like a month or 2 months?
2 months it will go.
Okay.
Yeah. All right then. Thank you very much. Bye.